All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, speed gaming fans around the globe. I am your commentator, WXFan21, joined by Natalie on tracking. Welcome to our second of our open community weekly races. Yes, folks, you too can even compete in these if you would like. Just make sure you go to maprando.com and join the Discord. Today, we are joined by a 20-person community race. You love to see it. And on the restream, we have Super Sponge and Flip Heel. Sponge on your left, Flip on your right. And this is going to be a ton of fun. Hope you got your popcorn ready. This is going to be a good race. And welcome to Random Starts, folks. So there we go. Nice early map. 1, 2, 3. Hello, Torian full of majors. Torian is usually not this big. Look at the majors, and I'm assuming we're going to find gravity pretty quickly. Terminator most likely is gravity or morph. We've got one aqueduct major. We got an energy tank. We got a ton of cool stuff here, folks. Very much looking forward to seeing what we're going to have, and we start off with that morph ball. Sorry about the stream delay, folks. So, there's Speed Booster. So, Sponge and Flip both going for speed here at the Crab Hole at Main Street Supers, aka Crab Supers, aka whatever the bleep you want to call it. Sponge gets speed. Speed is going to allow us to get that aqueduct item. So here in Season 2, if you've watched Map Rando before, Season 2, we got a random start and high quality of life. That basically means we're going to have this brand new 4-tiered system. So on those maps, you see those little tiny X's. Those are supers and power bombs. Hollow dots are energy tanks and reserve tanks. So keep that in mind. And here we go. Sponge with the little running room going to allow to activate that speed booster. And there you go. Get that shine spark, up you go. There's the free first energy tank. Flip gets his speed booster, and there's that gravity suit, which makes a lot of sense. With as many water rooms as we have here in Torian, this does make a lot of sense. So, pretty nice seed to get things started. Morph, speed, and gravity. Now, the question is, when do you go back to save? Where is the nearest save station? Because you've got those sandpit majors, or at least the one major. You have a couple other good items to get. Oh, and it's a super door. Sponge wants Main Street missiles, and it will be vanilla. So we have at least 2 majors in Sandpit. We got a Mission Impossible major. We have, I believe it's probably Bomb Torizo major. We got Dakara room. We got a Brinstar connector. Chat has cookies. Okay, maybe not cookies. If you don't have a cookie, make sure you get yourself some food. I'm hungry. I want dinner. I'm hungry. I want dinner. What do you all want for dinner, folks? So it's an energy refill. No bombs. So keep that in mind. Sponge did not go to save. Gonna drop to the right side sandpit first. And gonna come across the first supers. Phaser beam. Those supers are gonna unlock that super door at Main Street. Flip is gaining ground here on Sponge. Again, a 20-person race room in race time. You love to see it. So here's the Dakar climb. This will allow them to get back into Aqueduct and to get the left side sandpit major. Now there's at least one major there. Nice save here, because this save is going to allow the racers, for example, like Sponge and Flip probably going for the save as well, and he will. So they're going to allow a pivot save if the at least one major in left side sandpit is nothing of importance. Then what's going to happen is they'll hit the pivot save back, and rather than routing all the way around, they'll save time by going right back to the save room, thus saving time. Sponge making his way on through. Going to be heading down the left side sandpit now. Again, left side sandpit has 2 items within relatively the same positions. So it could be 2 majors. We'll see what left side sandpit has in store for our runners in this seed. Speaking of our runners, make sure you give them a follow, !R on the Twitch chat to give the racers a follow, !C to follow the commentary and tracking team. It is going to be 1 major. And it's an important major. That's Charge Beam. And that is a massively big find. A little tough to do without explosives to give you a little boost up over the ledge. So Sponge and Flip doing this without bombs, without any kind of power bombs, no explosives. Sponge gets out with no problem. Alright, that Charge Beam is a weapon that every racer, most likely, if they headed to that sandpit, is going to want. So, now what's going to happen is you have to go through both of the quicksand rooms, through the connector rooms, and all the way back through Aqueduct. But that's a massive find. You do not need ammo now for the racers. You have charge and you have spazer. It's not a lot of damage, but nevertheless, it's damage. Super Sponge and Flip both going for this refill room. And this is going to put Flip ahead by just a few seconds. Now, from here, you know you got a couple of the majors here in Tori, and you know you at least have that Brinstar connector. How do you route in the rest of the items? Bubble Mountain just has a missile. We know that those supers that they picked up in right side sandpit is going to open up that super missile door at Main Street. Where are the racers going to go from here? That'll be the question. Sponge back in the lead. Flip trying to be extremely careful. Still over on left side quicksand room. Had a lead for just a few seconds. And Flip, look at Flip. Doesn't have any missiles yet. Elected to not get the missiles over in left side sandpit. That could come back to bite him later. Hopefully not if you're a Flip fan. Three majors left. And let's see. Criteria entrance. Assuming lower Norfair entrance. I don't know. That other major is pretty far out of the way. Could be a trap. Flip is back in Aqueduct. Flip's had enough of this. Flip's heading north. Sponge is heading south. Sponge is going for that south major and the major on the left-hand side. Sponge grabbing a lot of these energy heals. May not feel as confident through some of these rooms. Flip's going for that all-important save station. Save early, save often, get to the map rooms as quick as you can. Sponge is going to be looking at damage boost across and just misses it. which means Sponge is gonna miss Mission Impossible. But at the very least, gonna be able to peek this major item. Ooh, that's bombs. Be a good item to have here early, considering we have no explosives yet. Now, Flip taking a look at the map, sees those majors to the southwest. Knows there's a major right where he is now, at the very bottom. It's probably Bomb Chorizo here at the bottom of Red Tower. Are you gonna leave the majors behind? Could be nothing. Could very well prove to be important. We know one of them is bombs. Mission Impossible has bombs. What is Bomb Chorizo going to have? It's not Bomb Chorizo. It is the Crate reward room, and it's Plasma Beam. That is go mode. Apparently, Flip really doesn't like missiles. Flip, get the missiles! What are you doing? And Flip with the reset. Resets out of that plasma beam. Sponge finally gets the deboost, finally gets across and gets the first explosives of the seed. So, I don't know. Flip is leaving plasma behind. Ooh, I don't know if that's the right move. Now, Flip may not be able to get out. That's the other thing to consider. You don't have enough runway to hit execute the short charge. Don't know why Flip is just purposely leaving all these missiles behind. Ooh, heated room. Okay. Here we go. So Sponge just made his way over to the first power bombs of the seed. Post-spot wound room. Flip is into Brinstar. Sponge is going for every one of these majors. One is bombs. So, Sponge, just shoot the door. Metal Pirates room and X-ray room. There is a good chance that other major is grapple. Grapple or Varia. We're gonna find out what it is. Sponge heads down here. Big room. Massive heated room. The lower Norfair main highway. And it's the, speaking of highways, it's the forgotten highway. Flip with the resets is finally gonna go back for the other majors. Yes. But this did cost Flip an awful lot of time. Sponge back in the lead. Ice Beam Spring Ball! Sponge resets. So Sponge gets bombs. Leaves Spring Ball behind. Not really needed. You can definitely use it for worst room in the game. You can do a couple of things with it. But resets out of Spring Ball. It's time to head to Brinstar. Means you have to get through Metal Pirates. Flip finally gets his first missiles of the seed. Both racers high five at Bubble Mountain. Sponge with a lead. Bombs makes X-ray room doable. And there's power bombs for Flip. If you can't hit all the D-boosts over in the X-ray room, then what you can do is you can get to the very end and you can IBJ or infinite bomb jump all the way up to the left side platform like you were heading towards your X-ray visor in the vanilla game. Flip realizing he's gonna need to D-boost across. Sponge grabbing a reserve tank along the way. Now Sponge is gonna go for that plasma beam. No! He is not. It'd be a very long IBJ back up. First thing he's gonna do is he's gonna farm. Alright, he's going for it. If he can't execute a short charge, this is gonna be a very long, what do you call it? Very long IBJ back up Red Tower. Plasma beam for Sponge. Is he gonna keep it? Flip gets his bombs. Nicely done. And there you go. Here we go. IBJ time. So this is where Flip did it. Didn't have the bombs. Couldn't IBJ back on out. Flip heading to the Forgotten Highway. And heading to Spring Ball. Twitch chat, are you awake? How you doing? It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Wakey, wakey, shiny eggs and bakey. Flip elects to keep Spring Ball. Ooh, this could be an interesting decision. Very nice, Darkus. I did like 4 to 5 hours of yard work the other day. Weeded, trimmed the hedges, edged, mowed, and cleaned up. The house looks great. Sponge onto Brinstar. Metal Pirates Room. Sponge needs to be careful. Has that reserve. Easy enough to get through Metal Pirates. He's on and moving forward. Flip Heel gets the save after keeping Spring Ball. So keep that in mind. Spring Ball has been kept. For Flip. Sponge reset out of it. More supers for the Sponge. Wreck ship main shaft. Lot of doors to check here. Yeah, that's not somewhere you want to go right now. Varia suit could very well be on the way soon. Power bombs at Spore Spawn Supers. Another energy tank. Okay, so it's either Varia or multiple energy tanks to get through that big heated room there. Twitch chat, how are the rest of you doing? Bat room. A lot of good map information here early. Sponge elects to go check left. We know that's X-ray room. Sponge goes back for the save. Flip falling further and further behind. This play right now has been pretty linear to get things started. No real route divergences, at least majorly in terms of sector areas. Flip re-gets his plasma. Picks up more missiles. This is where the spring ball is going to make up time here for Flip. Flip's going to execute a spring ball jump. Very tough to do, but it's going to execute it nonetheless. Now, it's time to see what we got here in Brinstar. Golden Chorizo, right side major. There's Meridia. Criteria. Norfair, here we go. Brinstar is a hub zone. No real majors. We got Screw Attack major. We got Golden Chorizo, right side major. Sponge really debating where to go from here. You got Charged Plasma. It's possible the Golden Chorizo item is Varia. Twitch chat apparently very tired, not responding right now. I don't blame you. I am tired. You're good, Tharkus. Flip. Okay, well, gets one metal pirate down. Both down. Sponge heads down. Sponge wants to head towards that criteria entrance. Sponge attic to criteria. Will this be the first major route divergence of the seed? Sector route divergence. This probably leads into Everest, and it does. Nice shine spark from Sponge. Flip checking out all the stuff over here at Wreck Ship Main Shaft. Sponge heads up through West Side of Cathedral, West Cathedral. Ooh, into the Invisible Road. Heading towards that map station, finds a big room here. This is back end of Gauntlet Space Pirate Room. Might as well check what the items are at the back end of Gauntlet. Space jump and screw attack. Okay. And some nice items to find. And now we get the ceiling item, which is a major. Missiles, and what's the major gonna be? Ooh, it's screw attack. Sponge's Sim was so excited, decided to shine spark headbutt into the wall. Flip likes to not do bat room either. Sponge is in a lot of trouble. Sponge does not have the energy to get to that map room. Sponge is going to need to farm. This is going to allow Flip a little bit of time to catch up. Flip is headed towards Criteria without the map room. Line checks here from Flip. Oh, Flip's going the right way. Flip making up a lot of time. Finds a big ammo room. We know there are no majors here. But 2 missiles and a super, a nice ammo to find. There you go, Spongy. Gets exactly what he wanted. Finds one of the Edacoon's room. Finds a vanilla energy tank. Sponge is gonna need to go all the way back now. Sponge is going to need to go back to get that map station. The racers would really like the Varia suit to be shown at some point very, very soon. But Sponge is going to gladly take the energy tank. Sponge actually leaving the map station alone for right now, but luckily enough finds a save station. So Flip is leaving Criteria alone for the moment and is just continuing these blind checks. Okay, now heads back to Criteria. There's nothing else over here but the Criteria entrance. He's gonna go over to Everest. We haven't seen all of Criteria yet, but Sponge is about to get the map station. A lot of good items so far. Charge, Phaser, Plasma, Gravity, Morph Bomb, Screw Attack, Spring Ball, and Speed Booster. Be really careful. The damage here from the enemies in Norfair. Alright. Oh, hello. First boss found. It's Ridley. Old Mother Brain room as well. Couple save stations. There is the grapple room with the only major in Criteria. And the landing site has been found. The Sponge is headed to these majors. Picks up some free missiles along the way. Flip has found himself. He's just blind checking everything. I don't know if Flip feels like he's behind or not. It's Varia's suit, and Flip finds it first! By utter blind checks, Flip has found Varia! You want to talk about dumb luck? Okay, not dumb luck. Clearly, greatest map rando racer of all time. Nah, I kid. But Flip is, first time I've calmed one of Flip's racers, and interestingly enough here, Flip was able to luck into Varia without the map. So Flip can get through this room. We know it's logical because of the screw attack that was found earlier on in Criteria. But these blind checks, while it did help out with Varia's suit, Flip really needs to get to the map stations. We know that Varia suit is the only major in Criteria. So where are the rest of the bosses? So we've seen Torian, Criteria. We've gone to Brinstar. We need to see Meridia, Wreck Ship, and Norfair. 1 of 4 bosses at this point found. Also, no Mother Brain found. This could be a long escape. Dun 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 dun. Victory music. No? Okay. Do 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 do. Sponge is gonna continue to fly. I don't think Criteria connects to any zones other than Rin. I didn't see any connectors. I could be wrong. Sponge may want that space jump, though. Sponge is gonna go for the Ridley kill here. Good Ridley fight so far from the Sponge! Finding that screw attack. And Sponge has defeated Ridley. Again, folks, if you're just tuning in, this is a Community Weekly. I'm WXFan21, your commentator. Natalie on tracking. We have 20 entrants today. 20 in the race time room. Eddie, Ode, Simo, Aussie, all the way down to the two you see here on screen, Sponge and Flip. You got a bunch of other people in here as well. You love to see the community participation. If you too want to participate in these community weeklies, or you just want to have some fun, compete as well, go over to maprando.com, join the Discord, sign up for the roles. If you have questions, ask questions. What the community's here to help for. Sponge most likely at this point is just going to book it to every boss going forward. Neither racer needs ammo. Back to Brinstar, you see the other two majors. You don't need them. Both racers are in go mode. Flip fighting Ridley on your right. Sponge checking out the map on your left. Trying to see where to go again. We got Norfair here and Meridia. Oh, it's time for the Golden Chorizo fight, so Sponge really wants these majors. Nicely done. Flip has defeated Ridley. Sponge has defeated Golden Chorizo. Now has Wave. It's the Golden Chorizo item. And there's Ice Beam. That's official go mode for Sponge, even though Sponge has been in go mode. Won a couple extra majors. Sponge is flying. Alright. Both racers high five here in the wreck ship main shaft. Where are they gonna go? Flip's finally headed for the map station. Sponge enters Meridia. Big pink, big find. There's grapple! Gladly take that as Flip actually heads to East Cack Alley. Sponge is gonna find the Meridia map station. Oh, the water map station, rather. There's one of the last majors, either high jump or X-ray. No bosses! No reason to stay here. Meridia has nothing. High jump and X-ray or Meridia, you need neither. All racers, both of these racers on screen are in go mode. They need nothing. Now Flip's into Norfair. Flip also with the best music in the game. Sponge headed to Norfair. Flip out in the lead. Flip with excellent routing and blind checks that are crazy. Sponge through East Cack Alley. Flip comes across the wreck ship energy tank room, and it's a vanilla energy tank. Getting closer and closer to the map station in Norfair. Sponge has reached Norfair, and Flip has found Parade. Raid defeated. Flip takes the early lead. We are midway through the game. Two bosses down for Flip. All racers are still racing. Flip enters Waterway, not gonna find anything of major importance. We know there's no more majors left. So Flip takes the pivot save. Mother Brain's been found. And Super Sponge gonna take a dive through Amphitheater into the acid bath. Nicely done. But a ballsy move as Sponge has found West Ocean. And is gonna find Fantoon here. Most likely a left-sided map room. Most likely means Fantoon. Yep, Fantoon it is. If you're new to Map Rando and have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, in Map Randomizer, the room that has the map room, so that left side entry door in the vanilla game, when you're into Fantoon, Fantoon's on the right, the map station's over on the left. Right, so in Map Rando, the left side wreck ship map station, which is deactivated until you beat Fantoon, whatever room is connecting it, in this case it's West Ocean, Fantoon has to be in one of the right side doors. Can't be anywhere else. It has to be in the they have to be by the connecting room. Bunch just found Fantoon. Now, interestingly enough here, with how Flip has done Norfair and Sponge has done Norfair, this will be Sponge's second boss. Flip will be heading, and Flip has found Mother Brain. There you go. And we have someone in the race room has finished in first place. It's none other than Aussie 101, who's finished in first place with an official time of 49 minutes and 20 seconds. GG's to Aussie. Looking back at this seat, I can understand how you completely forego criteria. You get the Meridian map station, see nothing, and you just route right into Norfair. We know Norfair has at least Fantoon and Kraid. We don't know about Dragon yet. So Flip's gonna find the deactivated map station. Flip is gaining on Sponge. Remember, Sponge had a massive lead at one point. By several minutes. Flip, through insane routing, has come back and done an outstanding job here. And there's Dragon! Oh, buddy. All bosses in Norfair. That's how Aussie finished first. Great, Fantoon and Dragon, all in Norfair, including Mother Brain. Wow. Eddie's finished in second place in the race time room. Eddie finishes with an official time of 50 minutes and 4 seconds. GG's to Eddie. Also, if you like and interested in Super Metroid Map Randomizer, and you're a fan of GDQ, well, it's been announced that Andy, Oates, Emmett, and Eddie are going to close out AGDQ with a Super Metroid Map Randomizer race. So congratulations to them. That would be a fun one to commentate. I'd literally go to AGDQ just to comment that race. Yep, was just announced yesterday, I believe. So here we go. This is going to be really interesting. Sponge is taking on Dragon. Flip's done with Fantoon. Each racer has 3 bosses down. Sponge has to go all the way to Kraid and then rope back into Mother Brain. Flip just needs to go to Dragon and back to Mother Brain. Flip might have a chance. All depends on where Kraid is in conjunction to Dragon. Natalie really doesn't like using the spacebar, apparently. Ah, spacebar is not working. Oh, it was just a joke earlier. All right, here we go. Oh, nice Shine Spark from Sponge. Beautifully done. Sponge is now making his way all the way through Croc Speedway towards Kraid. Flip headed to Dragon. Yo, Shenria, thank you for the raid. We appreciate it. Welcome, Raiders. I'm WXFan21. This is Super Metroid Map Randomizer. This is our community weekly event. We have 2 of these every week. One Wednesday night. Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. One Saturdays at 4 p.m. Eastern. And on the race, you have Super Sponge. He's on the left. Flip Heel, he's on the right. Both racers with 1 boss left. Sponge on to fight Kraid right now. Flip is fighting Dragon. Mother Brain right around the corner. Make sure you give the racers a follow. !R in the Twitch chat. !C to follow the commentary and tracking teams. 20 racers are competing in this race, in this community weekly. We've talked about routing decisions a lot. We're going to talk about that with the runners. Kraid defeated. Dragon defeated. It is a race for Mother Brain. Flip's gonna be the first to Mother Brain. But here's the thing. Flip doesn't have the amount of charge damage, but Flip has the supers. This is gonna be extremely interesting. Sponge was ahead by several minutes, if not more. Flip. Insane route into Varia. Blind route Varia. Went out, skipped Meridia entirely. Sponge went to Meridia. Both ended up in Norfair. Flip coming across Kraid first. Could prove to be the difference maker. Sponge's movement's fast. But folks, it's time for the game I like to play with you all, Twitch chat. Get your guesses in right now. What is the escape timer going to be? For those new to this game, they're in intervals of 5 seconds. Flip is going to be the first to beat Mother Brain. Super Missiles and Map Randomizer with these settings do double damage to Mother Brains 1 and 2. Catch-up phase for Flip. He's right behind. Flip is done! I'm going with 3 minutes, 5 seconds. I can't believe this race. What a great race we've been treated to. Here we go. Flip is done. 2 minutes, 20 seconds. Here we go. It's time to route back. Sponge is almost Sponge is done with Mother Brain 1. What a race! Flip with the insane routing to come back from about 5 to 10 minutes down. Or at least several minutes down at one point at the start of this game. This is why you never give up. Never give up, never surrender. Flip, he's making his way on through. All the way back through Norfit to the elevator, back into Brinstar through the G4 elevator. Sponge has defeated Mother Brain 2. His escape timer is going to start. All the way down through Green Tower. Minute 39 on the clock. Flip, you gotta go. Sponge also taking a look at the best way to get back. A lot of this escape route is straight down. A lot of straight down room. Sponge off to the races. Flip is back in Brinstar, has to head back through East Cack Alley. One other thing I should mention, folks, is that in the escape, once Samus unlocks the Hyper Beam, with these settings, the racers get access to every major in the game. Map Rando quality of life is fantastic. Flip back through the wreck ship main shaft. Racers still finishing up. Only 6 people are done in the race time room right now. Again, if you two want to get involved with some map randomizer, head over to maprando.com, generate your own seeds, and of course, join the Discord. Sponge has found his way back to the Brinstar entrance, and now is headed back into Brinstar as Flip makes his way towards Criteria with 35 seconds or less on the clock. Yeah, 35. Flip, you gotta go! Flip, you are wasting time. 30 seconds. You're not that close to the ship. You gotta go! 23 seconds. It's gonna be tight. If Flip dies on the escape, Sponge will have a chance to take the victory on the restream. 15 seconds! Flip, you gotta go! Down the Lower Norfair elevator, 11 seconds! Close, almost to the ship, 9 seconds! Back at the landing site, 5! He's falling slow! Flip, you have less than 2 seconds! With less than 1 second on the escape timer, Flip gets the victory! Unreal! Flip is your winner here on the Race Time Room. Flip finishes in 7th place in the Race Time Room, first on the restream. 1 hour and 35 seconds is the official racetime.gg time. As now Sponge is headed to the Lower Norfair elevator, and he'll have plenty of time left on his escape timer to get back to the ship. What a great race we've seen from both of these racers. Absolutely well done. They should feel very proud of themselves. Super Sponge is done. Super Sponge is finished in 8th place with an official time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 33 seconds. This is going to be a fun one to break down with the racers. Here comes Flip, our winner. GG's, Flip.
GG.
We're going to wait for Sponge to get here because this is going to be a fun one to talk about.
Oh, I bet.
And we are going to welcome to the stage Super Sponge. Sponge, GG's.
Yeah, good game. Good game. It was close.
Yeah, really
Well,
close. Good game.
Yeah.
All right. So would you like me to enlighten you both? Because it really wasn't that close.
Uh-oh.
Sponge
Yeah.
was about several minutes ahead of Flip. And so one of the biggest routing decisions early was Flip going to Plasma and not having a way to escape Lower Red Tower. And Sponge ended up heading to Bombs, which we ended up, you both ended up needing to get that Plasma and escape. That put Sponge ahead by several minutes. Flip, you elected to keep Spring Ball. Sponge will reset out of Spring Ball. So that put Sponge ahead by several minutes. Fast forward to about mid-game. Sponge decides that he wants to go all the way down to Criteria, which is a good choice. Went to the map room. Flip gets the full Rando experience. Blind Luck runs into Varia's suit in Criteria without getting the map station.
Okay.
Very well done. And then Sponge, as you went to Meridia, Flip completely skipped Meridia. Ran into Kraid first in Norfair.
Okay.
And was closer to Mother Brain at the end.
Yep. I was at first I was glad that I ended up going a roundabout way, what I thought was avoiding the map and ending up at the map. But then yeah, I saw Kraid down there and thought that's too bad.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was really well done. It was very back and forth. Like it was a really, really good race.
Oh
Though Sponge, you
good.
went for a couple more major checks than Flip did. Would love to know
Yeah,
the thought process behind that one. Were you just looking for Ice Beam?
I was hoping for ice for easy Zeb skip, and I didn't have ice or grapple at when I went left at where was I? Was at Brinstar, I think, where Gold Chorizo was.
Correct,
I was
yep.
thinking I want to get ice or grapple, hopefully one of those two.
You
Which ice
locked
was
in the
over there.
grapple beam and Meridia.
Yeah, and I figured I'll keep it in case I hit pants room. I was
Yep.
thinking, that could be a problem. I have ice, but grapple's all, and I don't think I saved for a while when I ran into grapple, so I couldn't just reset back. I ran past the save point in that one farming room early
Yeah.
on in Brinstar. I thought, probably should have saved there, but yeah,
Come to think of it, I come to think of it, I don't think that you hit a save room that early at all at that point. So,
yeah,
okay.
kept running past it and figured, that's probably gonna cost me.
It's all, it was again was an outstanding great race. I want to send it over to he who apparently knew where all the majors was. Flip, Flip. How did you feel when you just lucked in the Varia suit?
Well, so I would say my two like biggest regrets. Well, the first one was like just misreading the map in the beginning for the power bombs. I was like, "Oh, I can't go down this way." And then, at some point when I thought maybe, I saw a plasma and like didn't have this charge to get out, I'm like, "Oh, I'm a dummy. I can just go the top way all the way around." So that felt pretty bad, but yeah, I think I went down like two rooms in criteria, and then I'm like, "Oh, I should probably see where the map is." And I'm like, "Oh no, this is stupid." But yeah, then it just kind of, I lucked into Varia, and I'm like, "Well, okay, well, I'll just keep on going, I guess." And then I think
Ver-
I saw Pants Room somewhere, so I knew once I found the map and had the charge and plasma, I was basically in Go and just tried to collect stuff that wasn't too terrible.
Absolutely. So now I want to know the decision, and this is a question for both of you. We saw early on it was a very linear seed, right? The only real major routing decision was the plasma major, which what is what it was, and then obviously bombs, which was at Mission Impossible. So I'm curious when you got to Brainstar and saw that that was the hub area for this seed. You both ended up in Criteria first, which logically was the correct choice because that had Varia. What was the choice from both of you for Meridia versus Norfair? I'm curious.
For me, it was just Meridia's on the way up, and there just could be a boss. There could be Fantoon. So I figured I'm just gonna pop over there. I've got gravity, so I can get past that water room, and yeah, I just didn't want to go all the way up to Norfair just to find that not all the bosses are there, or in where was the heck was wrecked ship? Uh,
I'm guessing it was behind Meridia.
oh, it was behind Norfair. Okay,
Oh, behind
way
Warfare.
over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I did North Meridia had nothing. It had
Yep.
the other two majors. It had X-ray and high jump.
Yeah, I don't know. I just it looked like the Norfair one was closer, and I was already like up from the map because I didn't get the map until I had like all the stuff from Criteria. So
Mm.
I figured, I just assumed I was gonna have to go both ways. I just, yeah, wasn't expecting Norfair to just have every single boss. That was silly.
I
Cool.
gotta say, I am pretty sick and tired of these high jumpless speed booster seeds. I hate those physics. They just mess
Big
me up
same,
all the
big
time.
same.
Oh, but yeah, that was a good race.
Really
Good
was.
stuff.
I'll leave it to both of you to open things up.
Um,
Talk about whatever.
gosh, I'm just glad. I'm gonna continue going to criteria when I see that, because man, I feel like I've been bailed out by good majors in criteria. and just the ship knowledge is just so handy because I've been those escapes when you don't know the ship, those suck. But yeah, I'm glad criteria paid off this time, and hope it keeps paying off in the future.
There you go.
Yeah, and I'm definitely glad I got that criteria map because I was doomed without it. That's for sure. I cut that way too close. For some reason, the first room after Mother Brain, I just could not do the jump into Mock Ball or Morph Ball. It was yeah, it was. I lost so much time in that first room. I was like, oh no.
No.
Very cool. All right.
Yeah.
If there's nothing else, I will get us on out of here.
Yeah, nothing else from me.
Cool. Well, boys, listen. Very, very fun race. Thank you both for coming on the restream, and
Thank
time
you.
to get us. You're welcome. Time to get us on out of here. Flip, any last final thoughts from you?
Yeah, just thanks again for comms, restreaming, tracking. It's always fun. I haven't done one of these in a while, so yeah, it was fun. Thanks.
Excellent. All right, folks. Well, that's our Community Weekly for today. Next Community Weekly is going to be Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. For Super Sponge, for Flip, for Natalie, I'm WXFan21, and of course, for Aussie, Matto, and the rest of the Map Rando dev team, thank you all so much. I'm WXFan21 saying we'll see you next mission.